So I'll show you what I'm trying to do. I click on the A for Annotate Pro. I've got a few libraries now, but the one I want is the Edit 399. I've selected that, and these are the comments that I've got for that particular library. But what I want to do is I want to export that so that I can bring it in from here, which is my private Annotate Pro, which I had with the trial, but I want to bring it into my Annotate Pro version, which is the ACU paid for version. ACU has some licenses for this, which is great. I'm going to go to Edit, and I'm going to choose Edit Library, and I have to choose my active library, and it's the EDIT 399 one, and I'm going to choose this Print and Export. Now, before I do that, let me just show you how it looks. Under Academic Literature, I've got a couple of comments. Under Activities, I've got a few comments. Under Curriculum, I've got some comments. I'm going to print and export that, and I want it to be a CSV file. And this is all the comments that it's going to bring across for me. I want the CSV. Here it is, it's already downloaded. I can open up the file, and this is what my downloaded comment bank looks like. But that's what I'm going to import into ACU version. Now, to get this right, I'm going to go into my dashboard. When I click on Dashboard, notice this personal up here will change to School. Now, that's important, because if I now go to Dashboard, it will allow me to see the stuff from the university. And when I click on Annotate Pro, it'll ask me to log in. I'm going to use this and my password and choose Login. Now, it will recognize me, and there's no library selected, but it recognizes me as an ACU person. Now, how do I know that? Well, I have these inactive libraries that I've been playing around with, but I can also see that there's a whole bunch of libraries that I've sort of shared with me from different people within ACU. But what I really want to do instead of all of that is I want to go here and say import a library. So I'm going to import that library that I created in my private account. I was in my private account. Now I'm in my school account using my ACU login. I'm going to import a library, and I agree to the terms. My new library is going to be called, I think it was Edit 399. I can put a description and an author name and all of that sort of stuff. I'll just put an author name, and then I want to upload the file. I'm going to choose my file, and my file is going to be Shabby Chic Library. Open it up and import it and continue. Now I can choose my EDIT 399 library, and here it is. Now, what you'll see straight away is that I've got this academic literature. That looks good. And academic curriculum, I've got that, and then it's got all of this weird stuff that I don't want, and it's got another label, and then it's got a whole bunch of other stuff which isn't what I really want. If I compare it to what's in the library that I exported, you can see that I've got, things in academic literature, things in activities. It's all as I expected. If I go back to what I imported, you can see that nice activity described here is written heaps of times, and then I've got all of this stuff which I don't understand, and then didn't work, but it's written heaps of times, and these are just the activities. And then further down you can see that curriculum differentiation. There's a whole bunch of different things in there. The import hasn't come across the way that I would expect it to come across. What's going on? Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that Edit 399 active private, which I just downloaded, and I'm going to rename it because it didn't work for me. So I'm going to call it Failure 2 because I've already got one called Failure. And now I'll show you what's going on. If I go to import a library, if I go back to import a library, you can see that I can give it a name. I'm going to call it EDIT 399 again. And it says upload your file. Now notice what it says here. It's a CSV file. Sure, that's fine. There's 4 columns. Now notice, and there's group, subgroup, comment label, and comment. And if I look at the exported set of comments that I had from my personal account, you can see that I've got library, group, label, and text. So you can see that it's expecting group to be the first column, subgroup, now I don't have any subgroups, but subgroup to be the second column, and notice it's blank, and I don't have any, so mine will be blank, and then comment label and comment. The label and the comment is the text. These headings, they don't have to be exactly the same. It's actually looking for just column A, column B, column C, and column D. I don't even really have to have names in these, but I will put names in them in a little bit. But the one that says EDIT 399, it doesn't even want that. I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to delete that column. Now, this column is the group column, so I'll put that in. Then the next column across is meant to be subgroup. Now, I don't have subgroup, but I do have comment label, and these are the comment labels here. And then these are the comments within those comment labels. These are comment label, and notice I've just called it CL because I can, and these are the comments, and that's what I've got. I'm still missing a column, which is the column B, which is a subgroup, and I click on the B, and I'm going to say insert sheet column. And now I've got a column B, and it's the subgroup, and I'm leaving it blank. What I've basically done is I've got rid of column A, I've added a blank column in where column B is, and then I've got my comment labels and the actual comments here. I'm going to save this as a new file. Save as, I'm just going to call it amended file. And now that I've got this amended file, that's the one that I want to import. So I've made the changes to my spreadsheet. I can get rid of that. And then now I'm going to choose a file, and the file that I want is amended file. Open that up, and I'm going to say import now. Did I give it a name? Yes, I've called it EDIT399 final, just so that I know. And import, continue. Now, if I go to my active library 399 final, which I've just imported, you'll notice that academic literature has got what I expect, activities has got the activities that I want, curriculum has got the curriculum ones, differentiation's got the differentiation ones, and so on. And that's exactly what I want. If I then go into my dashboard and I start to put my comments in from that, you can see that I've got the comments here. I haven't made any of them favorites yet inside of the Annotate Pro, but they're all here for me to use if I want to put them in and so on. But this is the one that I want. So choose that, leave a comment. I'm going to make it curriculum links, and there it is. What I have to do now is I have to go back here and I have to make them favorites. I'm going to make all of mine favorites. I don't know if there's a way to do that en masse. If I just make that favorite literature used, and then I make this one a favorite and make the color that, and for this one make the color, I can go back to my assessment, and now I've got literature used or no literature. And I'd go back into the library and I'd do this, creating favorites again for all of them, but this time after 10 days I'm not going to lose it all. Anyway, that's how I successfully import from my private Annotate Pro to the ACU Annotate Pro. I hope this hasn't been too confusing for you. The next step would be that once I've got it in there, I would share it, and I'll just show you how to do that in another video. Thanks for watching.